Welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, Leo, there is a link in the description where you can find your whole birth chart. And that way, for additional information for the week, please check out your Moon and Rising sign readings in addition to your Sun sign reading today. So this is for Leo for the week of September 5th to September 12th. We're looking at a general reading today using the Medicine card Tarot for a 3-card spread, and then using the bottom of the deck card for general energy for the week. And then as always, drawing additional cards from the other decks. This week it'll be the Wisdom of the Oracle Tarot and the Healing with the Angels Tarot. So I'll be asking, what does your sign need to know? Hopefully you find answers here helpful and healing. So what does Leo need to know? Okay, so that was a nice little chunk there. I'm going to wait till we get individual jumpers. We're looking for 3 cards. All right, so Leo, we have your 3 cards here. I'm just going to tune into what's happening with all cards together, and then we'll look at them one by one. So what I'm seeing as a general matter here is that there is a great willingness this week to accept very positive and transformative experiences for yourself through a sense of abundance and prosperity. If this is new for you, this is going to feel like you could be entering some sort of a new world for yourself or a new stage of your life. If this is an ongoing experience where you are developing or enhancing issues around self-esteem or self-importance, or even developing a self-core and considering that an element of prosperity could be a major theme of your life, in your life this week. And certainly there will be transformative experiences, or at least one avenue of transmutation or transformation. So you'll be either shedding something that isn't working for you anymore, or you're willing to step outside of something which no longer serves you. Either way, I think it's going to be very cut and dry for you, and I think it's going to be very, probably feeling very natural and hopefully very simple for you to step into a transmutation that you choose through a sense of a strong self-core. So really happy to see these cards for you. Let's look at each card in their position. So the moose is in your central position. This represents you this week, Leo. And moose's keyword is self-esteem. This is where I'm speaking to issues that your self-core or your self-opinion could be enhanced this week, or there'll be special attention paid to that this week. And the transmutation of the snake being in the position of the influence to your current position is where I'm seeing an enhancement or even a revitalization, or something that started from nothing. You might even be developing a healthy self-esteem here for the first time, or for the first time in a long time. Or like I said, it could be a process here where you're developing the self-esteem throughout a period of time, and this is just another level or area for you to enhance your self-esteem. And I do feel like this is going to be transformative because of your probable outcome, and you will be feeling much more calm. This heightened self-esteem or healthy self-core that you're developing here, or in process of developing, is what you recognize to be of service to you while taking from no one else. And this is actually the definition of strength, right? Where you needn't take from someone else. You don't need someone else's validation. You don't need to be fulfilling a role in someone else's life. It's very important to you, and you're taking it upon yourself this week, Leo, to announce to yourself and to the world unapologetically that your self-esteem, your self-core is what carries you through everything. And this is the most important part of how you can see yourself through any condition in life. This is your saving grace. And it's a point of power here. So yeah, your self-esteem is at, I would say, a high point this week. Or you're at least recognizing that your self-esteem could be very different from the self-esteem of those that you're around, or individuals with whom you share some time. And I think you recognize, if no other difference between these relationships, that there is an esteem difference, that the way that someone would treat themselves and treat others probably is in large part due to their own sense of self. So you're not only seeing this in other people, in your peer group and in the workplace, but definitely within yourself, and really making a vow to yourself here, or you've made a vow already, and you've putting this into practice here, and it's really paying off for you. Your self-esteem is very, very important, and your strong self-core is very, very important. It could even be that you've experienced a place of power from your strong self-esteem recently, and now know where to turn. This exercise has led you to a place where you can trust yourself, you can rely on yourself. In the influence to the current position is the snake, and like I mentioned, this is transmutation. Of course, another way to frame this is transformation, but transmuting is really getting from one place to another, and transmutation is an alchemical term which is highly associated with magic. So there could be an element of consciousness raising or consciousness clearing, cleansing, or changing here. And I do think that this is what is leading you to the place of self-esteem. I think you're conscious of it, or you're acting on the consciousness of your self-core and self-esteem. And this is really helping you transform and transmute not only something that wasn't working for you, but even something dark or negative, or something that you considered a problem even. You may have found a solution to that, but not only that, it may have strengthened you. So there could have been significant strength that came from an ordeal over the past maybe 7 to 14 days. And of course, another portion of the card here is about the snake itself. This is very associated in biblical terms, especially associated with women and the fall. But that's a Christian viewpoint. Of course, the Gnostics saw the snake as the promoter of wisdom and truth and knowledge. So not surprising here to see that right before the self-esteem, because this is a knowledge. It's one thing to say that you understand what self-esteem is and how it acts. It's another thing to put it into practice. And that's what I see going on here, that you are definitively, and again, with probably little to no effort, and it probably feels very natural to just go about the world through a strong self-core unapologetically here. It's really beautiful to see that. And of course, with your probable outcome is the gentleness. The deer represents gentleness. This is why I'm seeing that there's such a state of grace here. There's such a state of just knowing and even being relaxed. Certainly from a self-core, from a place of self-esteem, but because of the general energy being prayer and abundance, there is this sense of being able to ask for help. See, self-esteem also says that you can ask for help. Sometimes we imagine that those people with high self-esteem, for example, don't ask for help, or people who are really independent can do everything themselves. But in fact, that's not true. We have to have enough esteem, or have enough self-confidence and a strong self-core enough to ask for help or to reach out. And I really feel that's what's going on here. So yeah, you've entered this place of feeling gentle with yourself and with others, and a real sense of peace, and perhaps even a sense of grace here. But with its key word being gentleness, I think there is going to be available to you, or there will be strong feelings of a sense of grace and gentleness, and being aware perhaps even of some options and some possibilities for yourself here. You might have even calmed yourself down out of following an ordeal, Leo, this week. Or you've developed a new strength here, and that strength could be your gentleness. Or you might be seeing gentleness in a new light, as opposed to, say, aggression, or trying to attack, say, a problem or a concern aggressively, for example. I think you'll be more likely to address something through a sense of gentleness this week, and it will show you, that behavior, and of course the outcome of that interaction will show you once and for all how powerful that gentleness and that grace really is. Here is the overall energy for the week. It is Buffalo. Buffalo's keywords are prayer and abundance. Two very specific terms, prayer and abundance. I do consider this highly interpretable to all three cards. Seeing through something that isn't working for you, being willing to shed a skin, for example, to walk away from something. In this case, it appears to me as though there's a sense of longing. You feel very strongly you deserve something better, that you're willing to walk away from something that isn't serving you. And it's through this sense of abundance, deservability, of course. And absolutely matched here with the self-esteem, abundance, prosperity, self-esteem. You're raising the bar for yourself, Leo, and congratulations on that. And of course, prayers and abundance and gentleness. I think, like I said, I'm pretty confident that something will pay off for you nearly immediately this week. Maybe even in a simple way, but nonetheless a fairly profound way. And it won't be so much an element of tangibility. You see or feel something. It'll be the way, as in skin contact. It'll be the way you feel. It'll be a feeling. And it's going to be very powerful. I really hope that it's a beautiful, powerful feeling for you. And you're encouraged to keep the self-esteem very high, reject what doesn't work for you, and to stay on the path of being prayerful. Another way to say prayer, of course, is faith. It's just knowing something better awaits you, or you deserve something better, or you're willing to work for and accept something better. So much of deservability is in just learning to accept. We can talk ourselves out of beautiful things or into beautiful things. So I think you're really in a state of just, I accept lovely things for myself. Abundance, beautiful, prosperous experiences, and of course, prayer being a sense of gratitude as well. So let's see what other cards we have in conjunction here. So we have Go the Distance. Not terribly surprised to see this, Leo. I think this is another element of you being on the right path for yourself this week. I think it's going to, honestly, I think by the end of the week, there will be such a sense of peace, calm, grace, gentleness, that you're going to want to continue this. It's going to feel, there's going to be a sense of beauty to it that you're going to want to continue. And very much of it does have to do, I really feel strongly, to do with, of course, issues around self-esteem, deservability, abundance, prosperity, this type of thing. So I feel like you'll even surprise yourself. Like I said, I think that little moment of just knowing that you can shed something and it's all for a higher good. And furthermore, that you needn't, that this deservability for you, this strong self-core, this abundance for you, takes nothing from anyone, okay? This is not a theft. This is like abundance. This is yours. You're meant to have it. You're meant to share it. You're meant to show other people how it's attainable, etc. So yeah, really, particularly if really beautiful things happen for you this week and they take you off guard for whatever reason, that would be a really good moment to practice acceptance. Just accept it. Because that energy, of course, will grow And it's delightful. Like it comes with a feeling. I would also encourage you to reject anything that gives you a bad feeling. If something leaves you with a feeling of, if something, a conversation, an experience of any kind this week, Leo, makes you question your self-esteem or makes you question your value in anyone else's eyes, I would walk away from that immediately. And you'll just know, like, I don't have time for this. So follow that intuition. Your final card is Harmony. This is really beautiful. This goes back in with the Deer, with a sense of gentleness, harmony, grace, faith, prosperity, self-esteem, transmutation, really getting yourself into maybe even a whole different vibration. If you don't get yourself into it this week, at least you're aware of it this week. And perhaps it's one of many, or you're in the middle of many levels of enhancing your self-esteem. All the same, it's going to lead to a sense of balance, right? Ultimately, this is the point. There could be a Libra or Libran type of energies for the week for you regarding balance, justice. Air signs, there could be a lot of thought. There could be even elements of beauty. You could be beautifying your home, your surroundings, or contemplating beautifying your surroundings. And music obviously could play a very big part in your week this week in terms of beautifying your surroundings and, of course, lending a sense of calm or bolstering your self-esteem or helping you enhance your own prosperity. So I really see you on a really bountiful path here. A lot of expression here. Self-esteem it gives you the ability to express openly, and of course you're doing it in pursuit of gentleness and understanding. So just beautiful to see this for you, Leo. Keep it up, keep going. If this if there's a deadline for any of this, just keep it going. Find another way to continue this great internal development. So that is your reading. Please let me know how this works out for you if you have a second. And if you're not already, subscribe to my channel because I upload for your sign every single week. So until we meet next time, Leo, take good care. Bye for now.